Sedona is going to look meaningfully different in 2026. Not because there are big mega projects happening. This city of Sedona is stacking up major projects that are going to let this small town function really big under visitor pressure. Sedona is addressing major concerns this year, starting with movement and circulation, affordability, housing, and extra, read all about it. There is big news in the city of Sedona.
We're Greg and Cami with Living in Sedona. We help buyers, sellers, investors across the Sedona and Verde Valley area. So if you're looking to make the move with all the changes that are taking place in 2026, please give us a call so we can help you with your lifestyle, budget, and goals.
All right, let's talk about the big changes that are coming in 2026. We're going to break this down into 3 categories: infrastructure, building and construction, and extra, read all about it. We're getting started with infrastructure up next. Let's start with infrastructure. The city is targeting infrastructure in 3 major areas: uptown parking, the Verde shuttle, which transports you to a trailhead so you can hike, and the Verde Valley shuttle. These 3 things are set to change the trajectory of how traffic and congestion are improved throughout Sedona, starting with the uptown parking garage. Behind me, you can see that it is well under construction and it is planned to be completed later in the 2026. The best part about the uptown parking garage is it's going to relieve any of that constant circling that you've done as a visitor or a resident when you're looking for a place to park to go have dinner at the Vault. This parking garage is set to give us almost 300 parking spots, including areas for electrical vehicle charging and even bike spaces. And this is going to be a stop for the Verde shuttle. So if you don't feel like walking from the garage to maybe one of the shops, then the shuttle can help you get to and fro. Another way that the parking is going to be addressed is right now the city is conducting a poll whether we should have residential permit parking along these side streets, particularly for Smith, Van Buren, and Wilson, because we have a lot of not only homeowners that live in this area, but also investors who have short-term rentals. Another thing that they are considering is, should the workforce have parking permits or certain designated parking spots if you work in uptown where you can park. The second infrastructure change that we are seeing, it's already in motion, is the trailhead shuttle. The Sedona trailhead shuttle goes to specific trailheads. Right now, I think they are called Route 12 and 13, but I usually just call them by their names. Soldiers Pass is a huge one. You are parking at the trailhead at Posse Grounds, and then the shuttle will take you to the trail where it starts on Soldiers Pass. So we have that happening. We also have that happening down for Bacco Beyond where Cathedral Rock is. You are parking your car at a location off of 179, and then the shuttle is taking you to the trailhead so you can hike Cathedral Rock. And so the city is thinking about adding 2 other additional trailhead parking areas to get you to the Chapel of the Holy Cross, which is huge. Because if you've ever visited the Chapel of the Holy Cross, parking is an absolute nightmare, which we are going to address in just a minute. The other one that's being considered is a shuttle that you will probably park at the corner of Upper Red Rock Loop Road and 89A. There is a shuttle parking there now, and they take you to the Devil's Bridge trailhead, but they are considering adding that to take you to the Thunder Mountain trailhead. That trailhead is very small and not a lot of parking, maybe 10 cars. So you can see how that would get very congested. The Sedona shuttle is actively looking at ways to add more routes so they can have less cars at the trailheads, less cars getting to those trailheads, and that way you can get there safely, securely. The other thing that is involved in the infrastructure change is the Verde Valley Shuttle, which is an on-demand system that takes you within the Sedona city limits. You can call, you can get on an app that they have, and schedule your pickup and your drop-off. The fee for that is $2. I mean, can you even beat that, going from one side of the town to the other? You can't. This is great for residents. This is great for visitors that maybe didn't rent a car. So what does all this infrastructure change mean for everyone who either lives here, is going to buy here, or sell here, or invest here? Well, the city is actively looking to make this congestion and circulation throughout the city of Sedona better for full-time residents. We know how, or I should say they know, how difficult transporting to one side of the city is difficult during high traffic season. And so these specific things, the shuttle in particular and uptown parking, should help alleviate some of that. It's also great for buyers who are looking to not have to deal with traffic all of the time. And this is going to have a higher demand on some of the areas, I think, in Uptown and in West Sedona. And I also think in, more in the Chapel area, because if we can get to the middle of Sedona to West Sedona a lot easier and quicker, then people are going to be more apt to looking at purchasing homes in that area. Right now, that's really affecting resale value, because people are like, I don't want to sit in traffic for an hour a day. So I really would like to see how that's going to affect the resale value and properties in the Chapel area. So for investors, this is great for you, because the city is really targeting the people that are visiting here, trying to make mobility throughout the city of Sedona less of a hassle and more enjoyment. But I always say, even if you are sitting in traffic, at least you have a beautiful view to look at, because it never gets old. Speaking of the Chapel area, the city is also including a series of paved walkways being added throughout to help residents and visitors get to very high traffic areas. For instance, right now I am on Chapel Road. Behind me is the Chapel of the Holy Cross. You might not be seeing it because it's blending in, but 3 years ago, the city put this beautiful 4-foot wide walkway all the way from the start of the Chapel Road down off of 179 all the way up to the chapel's parking lot. If you've ever visited here before this was here, it was very difficult to navigate this street. They are right now working on Adante Avenue, putting in this exact same type of walkway on one side of the street heading up to Thunder Mountain Trailhead. That's a very busy street for visitors and residents alike. And so what they're trying to do is make these high traffic areas not only walkable, but safe. So this is just a view of what's happening and what's more to come, most likely throughout the city of Sedona. The next section is building and construction, and it's literally happening as we speak. The first subdivision is the Valora Sedona townhomes located on Navajo Drive, close to all major amenities. This project consists of 30-unit duplexes, which is 60 units total. They range in various sizes and price points. They have 2 and 3 bedroom floor plans. It's going to have a pool, community building, also community outdoor space with fire pits and grills. So it's really going to be a nice community. Originally, this project was set to be affordable workhouse apartments for people that work in Sedona, but that shifted, and now it is going to actually be townhomes that are going to be purchased. I do not know if the price point is on the MLS because I can't find it, but I believe it's going to be in the mid $650,000 range up to $700,000, depending upon which floor plan that you choose. But this is going to be a great opportunity for buyers who are looking for new builds, upgraded amenities, and newer finishes. that are not at that $1 million price point. This will be interesting to see what happens with the surrounding areas, condos and townhomes in the same vicinity, what happens with their resale value on their properties as they are going to be competing for, buyers for a newer build. So this is set to be completed in early next year. You are already able to reserve a townhome if you so desire. So make sure you reach out if you are interested in a townhome that is in the middle of West Sedona. The next build that is just getting started is the Goodrow Commons area. This is an area that is going to be designed for the Sedona workforce people to be able to have affordable housing to live in. This is going to be a mixture of 2 and 3 bedroom apartments as well as townhomes. I believe there is a total of about 50 or so total, but I think 16 townhomes will be separated out from the apartment buildings. And so this is going to be affordable housing for the workforce in Sedona so they can try to keep them in Sedona instead of in the outlying areas. This is going to be important to see how this plays out for not only other owners who are renting their homes. They are going to probably be at a much higher price point than these apartments. The third subdivision that is currently under construction in West Sedona is Toll Brothers, who are noted for their luxury home sites. And it is got 30 home sites, luxury home sites that are around the 1 acre mark, all single level living and wonderful, awesome views. I mean, just look at this behind me. You would have views of Thunder Mountain, Boynton Canyon, Bear Mountain. So beautiful red rock views. There's 4 different models that you can choose from. Square footage ranges anywhere from 3,500 to 4,500 square feet. And of course, price point is around the $2.5 to $3.5 million mark. This is great for buyers who want new builds, who want the upgraded luxury amenities that Toll Brothers is known for. It's also going to be great for the residents that are surrounding this little 30 site development because their resale value for their homes is going to stay up in that over at least the $1.5 million mark, if not more. So this is also great if you want to be out on just slightly on the outskirts of Sedona, not really in the hubbub of all of the tourist activities. So if you're interested in this subdivision, make sure you give me a call, schedule a call with me. Just click the link below and we can chat about what price point fits your budget, what plan you like, and get you started on your building adventure with Toll Brothers. The first extra that is coming to Sedona that just recently happened was the decision on Cultural Park, which I'm standing in front of. It's made up of 41 acres and the city of Sedona purchased it in 2022. And since that time, there has been numerous ideas, suggestions, even proposals to the city council as to what we should do with these 41 acres. It does house an older outdoor amphitheater, which you should be able to see behind me, which is in need of great repair. So in December of 2025, the Mary D. Fisher Theater made a proposal to the City Council of Sedona. If you aren't familiar, that in February, the Sedona International Film Festival is here, held in Sedona. It brings in a lot of major players in the film industry, and it's one of our busiest times during the year in Sedona. They have even had to shuttle people from different parking lots throughout the city to get people to the theater. So what we saw happen in December of 2025 is the Film Festival Committee went to the City Council and proposed that they lease about almost a little over 4 acres of this property to actually build a new theater complex to house, the Sedona Film Fest, but also you can use these theaters throughout the year. You have a membership, look at special movies and different events. And so they proposed that they would lease this land, about 4 acres of the 41, and they are going to build several theaters and parking lots to help control all of that traffic during the month of February when the Sedona International Film Festival is held here. So that was actually approved. And so right now they are rezoning this area so that can happen. They're redrawing lot lines. And part of that proposal is even to help fix and repair the amphitheater. So that's a great thing that's up and coming. They are hoping to break ground on building the new theaters in 2027. But the other thing too that's interesting is we still have about 35 acres left to develop and utilize. So it'll be interesting to see what those remaining acreage becomes. I think that a lot of the residents here are hoping for a nice bigger community park. But I do think because of the housing shortage in some shape or form, affordable housing will go in here in some way. So that is definitely something that just happened. They're laying the groundwork right now in 2026 and the plans, and we should start seeing groundbreaking happening probably the late 2026 or early 2027. So stay tuned for that. And last but not least, the latest news to make the tabloids in the city of Sedona is that the Big Park Elementary School just went on the market at the end of January. This is a 20-acre campus that consists of several buildings that include classrooms, gyms, library, and multi-purpose rooms. This is currently zoned for obviously a school, so I do anticipate that there might be some rezoning going on with this area. But it is 20 acres that is surrounded by beautiful red rock views and the National Forest. It is on the market for $9.5 million. So if you have that in your budget to make this into something that you've been dreaming about, it definitely will be interesting to see what happens with this campus, whether it's turned into a residential area to add more rooftops to the housing shortage, or if it's going to become a community facility. This land is listed on the market by Land Advisors located in Scottsdale. So if you have interest, please feel free to reach out and let me know if I can help you in any way. So if you're watching this thinking, what do all these changes have to do with me and how would they affect me as a buyer or a seller? Or is this just all background noise that I need to ignore? That's what we're here for. We help you weed out what is going to be important for you and your goals. So schedule a call with us or click the description below and scan the QR code and grab a relocation guide. This gives you a lot of great information about Sedona and the Verde Valley area. We're Greg and Cami, and we help buyers, sellers, and investors all across Sedona and the Verde Valley area to weed out all of these questions. We take a look at your budget and what your long-term goals are for the property that you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in.
Make it a great day at living in Sedona.
And we'll see you next week.